The question is, do I have a PayPal or something, because I would like to donate? The answer is technically somewhere lost in the sands of times, I do have a PayPal account. It hasn't been used. I don't know. Probably, well, the last time I might have tried to use it, maybe when I was trying to send money to Wilhelm, who was helping me out. He was helping me out with Beverly Nation, because Beverly Nation was talking about energy transfer resets. And it was a spiritual technology that I got somehow involved with because I don't know, I found them on Facebook groups. Anyways, Wilhelm, I don't know what else to tell you, but I quite like. I can't understand anything he says because he's beyond English. There's a number of people who are spiritually advanced and they cannot express themselves in English anymore. So I don't know. They just can't because it's just that I can't. You get to a point when things in English no longer, because you start to break down English words and sentences. We started when Rumpelstiltskin made me buy a book. It was by Jacques Derrida, who is known as a literary critic. And what they do is they break down literature looking for hidden messages because it must have been something to do with warfare and cryptography. That's encrypting messages. So I think somewhere along the line, that's the part where it got funded from. Everything in the end always gets funded by the military. Because in the end, if you can't find any other way to possibly come up with money for something, then you can put it under general and administrative. And if your G&A becomes too big, then what do you say? Well, you say, well, I need another category called the Pentagon in the USA. That's what they call it. But, Ministry of Defense in Great Britain. I don't know. It's just a place where things that you can't figure out why you need them. It's for, even if they're dumb, it would be under military. Why? Because maybe you're needing to have something for war games. You have to have some ideas about how to play a war game against a evil person who's also a Zen master or something. So you have to be able to purchase useless items and useless people because those useless people are very good at playing the part of someone in a Zen war game where the person was Zen, but you were conducting warfare against them. And, the Zen person is Bobby Burrows, me, and the people who are conducting warfare against me have got a mind disease that we were listening to a lecture for or about because we didn't want a long one. Paul Levy gives you like an hour and 7 minutes, and it's too long. So instead, we went with a 9-minute one by someone else. I think her name was Sarah, because we just wanted a refresher on what Wedico is. Wedico is the mind virus. If you watch my videos, people who have Wedico mind virus, yes, it's true. If you've heard me call people a fuckface or they are fuckfaced, they have Wedico mind virus disease. Yes, that's true. So now you can link up all of my videos or at all the times when I've called people fuckfaced to the book by Paul Levy about Wedico. Some people don't call it Wetiko. I think that sounds affected. It's like people when they've got a cup of tea or something, a cup of coffee, and they drink it and then they raise their hinky. I call it Wetiko. Anyways, I call it Wetico just because that just sounds more, you know, better for me. I don't know. I don't want to. Anyway, what else do we want to talk about? So, what happens with Wetico? Well, when you're with someone who's got the mind disease Wetico, it is the zombie apocalypse. And we learned about this a long time ago in the book, The Power of Now. I'm trying not to make it sound like like you should know this already because Brent Beeson is here and he's saying well, it shouldn't be written that way because I say it always the same as if some people might remember that book and make a bit more fondly than like you should know it off by heart. But to revisit that book, yes, it talked about pain bodies that possess people. Doesn't that sound like demonic possession? Yes. And what is Wetiko? Demonic possession? Yes. And what is being fuck-faced? Is that demonic possession? Yes. And the demonic disease that people have is called Wetiko. Yes. And Wetico is the same as fuck-faced. Yes, and they really are as dumb as zombies. Even more scary is they're as dangerous as zombies, more than dangerous. Energy vampires, let's call them. Worse than zombies, because a zombie, if it comes near you and bites you, but from a distance, an energy vampire, from a distance, yes, they can. I don't know. It's pretty soon you're going to start. So, how do you cure the disease of Wetico? You endure the disease of Wetico. There's no doing to cure Wetico. There isn't. There's nothing you can do. Because, if you're an Eckhart Tolle student and you follow the power of now, he says it's just simply you. He uses the term your presence, a state of awareness here in the now moment. That's a lot of words to describe just the quiet state of, in his other book, he called it stillness. Stillness speaks, so it's inner silence. But sometimes on a video like this, you just don't want me sitting here and being silent, because I've done that before, for an hour of me sitting here and doing nothing, just me being quiet. And sometimes you just want a talking meditation just because. What are the lessons of Wetiko? Well, the lessons of Wetiko is you endure it. What do you do to endure it? You don't. The terminology is incorrect. To endure things that are beyond horrible, horrible. That's what you say when you look back on what did you do. But moment to moment to moment, I, as the silent weakness that rides around here behind my eyes, and listens to the voice that comes through the mouth and doesn't choose. This idea somehow that people have free will and choose, mm, I think it's an illusion. But if you do think that you choose, always choose to be kind to all sentient people, was the advice given to us by wisdom teacher David R. Hawkins. Be kind to all sentient creatures. And the question breaks down because it's very simple about being kind. When someone is cold, give them a blanket. When someone is cold and you've given them a blanket, but then they say they're homeless, doesn't it seem like, right now they need to come and, stay inside, somebody's warm house? Because quite often, it's just like, people just sweep it under the rug. I know no one wants to talk about these problems, but these problems are still here. And the reason why they're not dealt with is because people have the mind virus Wetiko, which keeps them insensitive. And it keeps them from taking the law into their own hands. The law of the Good Samaritan in the Bible, which says, if there's a poor stranger that's lying there in the ditch, do something to help. If you're going to be a human being the rest of the time and just be, don't just walk on by, Renee, when someone is desperately in need of help. Oh, well, I don't know. If your logic circuits say, then maybe you do. But, if you've given it all away to higher consciousness and none of you have, question mark, I don't know, because I don't know. Because without I don't know. I was going to say that, if you were going to give me some money by PayPal, I don't know how to find that information because I've given away control of my body. Even though my body wants to talk and tell you all of this, long-winded talking, it doesn't want to give you a PayPal because I've been asked before, months ago. And the answer back then was that the body didn't go and search, and it wasn't given directives to go and search. And it just what I'm going to give you is no, I don't have a PayPal. I don't have a mailing address. So instead of sending me an appreciation check or money or something, would you instead meditate in this field? Just meditate. Because if I need money, then locally, in my local environment, whatever I need, whether I need money to buy it or whether it's provided by somehow else, the universe looks after me. And the universe has not been given to have me ask all of you people in viewerland for money. And this has been going on for, I don't know, I've been making videos for at least 5 years. So, no, I don't ask for money and I don't charge for money. And if people have got a question about, I don't know, I don't make these dealies, at least I haven't, and I don't think I'm going to. It's just because we're not encouraging people to become reliant upon other individual people at all. So, it's just like, at some point, maybe you're going to find Stephen Colbert is stale and you never want to watch him anymore. And maybe in 25 years, you will go on YouTube and there's a Colbert, and you 25 years from now, after you quit Colbert, you still, my God, I still don't want to listen to him. And maybe 50 years from now, you go take him out and dust him off, and you listen to 10 minutes of him, and you say, my God, I still didn't listen. And then 5 lifetimes from now, you stumble across this guy's video in the archives, and you're going to listen to him, and he's going to say, it sounds oddly familiar, but I want to barf, I can't stand him. And 5 bazillion years from now, you meet Stephen Colbert in person, and you say, Stephen, I'm trying to say thank you, but in the end, I just don't want to tell you anything. I just never want to see you ever again, Stephen. I don't want to hear your voice ever again, Stephen. I'm still sick of you. So go and, I don't know, reinvent yourself because I'm sick of you, Stephen Colbert. So, anyway, the universe gave me this red hoodie. Well, it did. Well, it was just I was staying, and I looked out the door, and out the door was this red hoodie hanging on the fence. And I thought, well, I don't know, it was 40 below. I didn't think anybody would have taken it off when they walked by and said it was too hot and just left it there. As you can see, it's brand spanking new, but anyways, it was there for a number of days, and then I was moving. And just as I'm moving, then everybody, all the people around me said, go get that. And I went over and picked it up, and I looked at it, and it was brand new, and I picked it up, and now I've got it. So, well, it just was like, it was there for days out in the 40 below, and no one came to collect it day after day after day. And when I first got to where I was, when I first got there the first day, it wasn't there. So sometime between the day I moved to this place and the day when I first noticed it hanging on the fence where it wasn't before, and it was right behind my back door, um, now I've got it. So I didn't buy this. Is this a yes? Well, it's just got significant a label on it. It's called the Warehouse, which people around me have been given to call my life with the Devil's the Warehouse, and you can go into my Akashic record, Robert David Burrows, my full name, and go and look in my Akashic record for the section called the Warehouse. But I will warn you that it's not a fun place to go. Anyways, but if you want to go someplace else in there that's a fun place to go, you'll have to go and find the future timeline place where I'm snowboarding and surfing and I don't know, enjoying things, playing soccer and baseball, and things that I really, really like to do. Road trips and things I like to do. So again and again, I got a new one, and no one needed to send it to me. The universe delivered it to me, and there was nobody there that knocked on my door and said, Mr. Burrows, this is for you, a gift from so and so, from so and so, from somewhere. No, there was no humans in the interaction, and the people that kept saying, Bob, go over and pick that up, those are the usual spirits that hang around. If you were a spiritual person, you would say there's spirits that hang around me. Because they're people, but seeing as they're not in the physical, and I think they're AI that's part of a VR, virtual reality, that's imposed upon me. But if this was going on in, I don't know, the year, I don't know, 10,000 and no 1,050, the year 1,000 plus 50 years, in the Middle Ages, they'd say that there were spirits around me, yes. And some are good spirits, and some are not so good spirits, and some are sometimes evil, and sometimes they're actually lovely things. And that's the worst, hardest thing, is when the people who sometimes are people that I don't know, you hate them because they just are horrible to you, but sometimes they show you something about them that is lovable, and then you think, if you were a dog, you could love that part of them, and the rest of the time you wish they would drop dead, that part of them. Anyways, that's the story. So So far, and as far as needing money, well, everybody would think that I need money for, buying a permanent place to live and, paying for my expenses and, travel and everything that's so expensive. So instead of all of that about money, when you do your meditation in the field, which is anywhere that you want to do your meditation, sitting down or, going for a walk or, lying on the couch, whatever it is, um, if there is any intention whatsoever, it's the gift economy. Remember Pay It Forward? It was like 1990 movie with Kevin Spacey. I mean, that was a long time ago. So way beyond Pay It Forward 2.0, there's the gift economy. And the book is called Gift Economy by Charles Eisenstein, also known as Sacred Economics. So you can go and you can get a free gifted version of it for you on Amazon. Go to Kindle version of Sacred Economics by Charles Eisenstein and collect free sample. That's as good as I can get you. I can't get you the whole free book, but I can get you a good chunk of it, which is good enough to get you going. So your homework right now is to go to Amazon and go to free sample Kindle book Charles Eisenstein, Gift Economy, Sacred Economics, and read up on that. And then once you've got a good idea of what that's all about, then meditate quietly wherever you are with the idea that you want to gift me with something because I am really wanting to gift you with the gift economy and sacred economics, because then we're really living in fifth dimensional Earth, which is what I really want for all of us.